grab some snacks, pull up a chair, and remain indoors. Welcome to Watch Mojo UK, and today we'll be counting down our picks for the top 10 Mitchell & Webb sketches.
So chow down on a protein fudge, take whatever injections are recommended in your sector, and prepare to enjoy the show!
Before we begin, if you enjoy this video, be sure to subscribe for more great content. For this list, we've gathered the finest, funniest, and most popular sketches performed by comedy duo David Mitchell and Robert Webb.
Hey, you want to make a bit of money? You should do what I did. Get into farming. See this? I got this. Selling corn.
Number 10. Arse Store.
15-inch wireless slim top with the new Tabby Cat operating system.
How to make a classic gag relevant for modern audiences? Mitchell & Webb set up shop in an Apple-esque computer store for today's first sketch, revolving around two tech fanboys, a case of mistaken identity, and a load of made-up industry jargon. Suffice to say, the comics confuse themselves and pull out of character before delivering the punchline.
We can't stay in the past. Shops have changed.
Not in sketches. I told you. You need a bell and a wooden counter and a man wearing brown overalls who says, "Hello, sir. Welcome to the computer shop. How can I help you today?"
In classic Mitchell & Webb style, they build the sketch with a behind-the-scenes feel, incorporating the illusion of comedy into the comedy itself. The fact that they've also starred in real-life Apple ads before only extends the joke. Thumbs up for creativity.
"Hello, sir. Welcome to the internet shop. How can I help you?"
I'd like to buy a computer, please.
Number 9. Bawdy 70s Hospital.
Right, let's have a look at your charts, Mr. Pepper.
Opening with a string of innuendos, this sketch starts as if straight from the Carry On school of comedy. That is until Robert Webb's Dr. Asquith wades in with a heavy-handed penis joke.
"Shall I get my cock out?"
As David Mitchell's managerial type eloquently explains, the Bawdy 70s Hospital is a place for relentless double entendres only, much to Webb's bewilderment and our amusement. Despite the rod demonstration, Asquith still manages to get the wrong end of the stick and is promptly shown the door in typical nudge nudge wink wink fashion.
Now, there's no need to make a scene. Just leave discreetly. I think it's best if you use the rear entrance and go up the back passage.
Missus?
Too late.
Number 8, and that's a bad miss.
That bar is badly understaffed.
It started.
Oh, and that's a bad miss.
From the Helivets to Hennemore, recurring double acts are a Mitchell & Webb specialty. Our 8th spot goes to Ted and Peter, a pair of binge-drinking, chain-smoking snooker commentators who can only reliably deliver one trademark line of commentary. They fill the rest of their time insensitively discussing the players, making god-awful jokes, or awkwardly discussing sexuality.
So I realised that just because my friend and long-standing professional colleague has announced that he's gay, this is no time for me to turn me back on him.
Thank you, Ted.
Particularly in the booth.
Their booth is a bottle bank of cast-offs, their state of health is anyone's guess. Oh, and that's a bad miss is a big hit with fans too, and Ted and Peter are two of Mitchell & Webb's longest-running characters.
Another blow to the people's favourite in what has been, as we all know, a very difficult 8 or 9 years for Jimmy.
Number 7, it's not exactly brain surgery.
Parking's an absolute nightmare around here, isn't it? Had to reverse into the tiniest of spaces. Still, I managed it. I mean, parking's not exactly brain surgery, is it? And I should know.
Of all the emotions in Robert Webb's acting repertoire, smugness is one of his very best. The guy's just really good at seeming really arrogant, and never more so than in this clip. Webb plays a boastful brain surgeon engaging in small talk at a party, forever forcing conversation back to his line of work no matter how many insults he needs to dish out.
I'm an accountant.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I could do with an accountant. Filling in those tax forms can get really confusing, can't it? Still, it's not exactly brain surgery, is it?
Faced with an accountant and a charity worker, he's in his element. But then David Mitchell shows up late from the Space Center and the tables are turned.
What do you do?
Well, I don't mean to boast, but I'm a brain surgeon.
Brain surgery? Not exactly rocket science, is it?
Number 6, the chiropractor.
So, David, you're a comedian, are you? That sounds like fun.
Yes, I suppose it is.
Actually, there are a couple of funny things happening at Chiropractors. You could probably use them in your comedy show.
Seriously?
Continuing with the medical theme, next we see David Mitchell really put his back into it. He's visiting his chiropractor when inspiration strikes and the two start planning a sketch. We are seeing the result of those plans, a heightened scene for a live comedy performance with Robert Webb donning stockings and a speech impediment.
Wow, that's exciting. So, what, you play me?
No, I'd play myself.
What, so I play me then?
No, we'd get Robert to do it.
Well, does he look like me?
But then the camera turns away from the set and the sketch is given yet another layer of hilarity. A joke within a joke within a joke, it gets funnier by the second and name drops Tony Blackburn at the close.
I told David Mitchell several genuinely amusing chiropractic stories. Like the time I was treating Tony Blackburn, and afterwards he said to me, "If anyone here's the real disc jockey, it's you."
Number 5, that's Numberwang.
Hello, and welcome to another edition of Numberwang, the numbers show that simply everyone is talking about yes.
Another recurring sketch, Webb takes centre stage as the host of Numberwang, a nonsensical maths quiz phenomenon. Broadcast out of a glitzy game show studio, the show sees Olivia Colman and Patterson Joseph play two ever-present contestants, Julie and Simon, who must shout out numbers until Numberwang is found.
Julie to play first.
3,
9,
16,
12,
8.2.
4.
That's Numberwang, round 2. Simon to play first.
The criteria for Numberwang is never revealed, the rules of the game are never explained, but the brand did inspire a Mitchell-led spoof documentary and a family board game. We've ranked it number 5, or is that 70-12? Whatever it is, that's Numberwang.
Yes, Julie's gone. That is Numberwang.
Number 4, Heart and Soul.
Thank you.
Making an appearance on the last ever episode of That Mitchell and Webb Look, just before the memorably teary Sherlock Holmes series finale, here we see Robert Webb interview a TV talent show contestant post-audition and absolutely rip her to shreds. Felicity gave her heart and soul to Talent Dredge, but Webb's unimpressed and has a few choice words.
Well, you know, you could have got up early and rehearsed. You could have dressed like a proper singer instead of getting trussed up in leather like some Tory MP 2 seconds before a fatal wanking accident.
His barrage of abuse is both incredibly harsh and expertly articulated, leaving no room for the contestant's cliched answers or hope that she'll ever get over the psychological trauma.
I hate you, you're a horrible presenter.
Actually, Felicity, I'm not a presenter at all. I just come here on my lunch break and do this for fun. Tissue.
Number 3, football.
Meanwhile, there are old scores to be settled at the Dell. Scores like 1-0 and 2-2 that have happened in previous years.
Whether you love football, hate it, or stay mostly indifferent, there's no denying that this sketch is close to the perfect parody. David Mitchell steps out as an overexcited Sky Sports pundit for a mock preview to the football season, only there's more than a little scorn to his presentation style.
Catch all of the constantly happening football here. It's all here and it's all football, always. It is impossible to keep track of all the football, but your best chance is here.
By listing off sarcastic quips but maintaining the dogged stare of someone determined to enjoy themselves, Mitchell brilliantly turns previously nondescript fixtures into matters of life and death. His eyes bulging at the thought of the apparent endlessness of it, it's one of the best rants on TV.
So that's the football coming up. Watch it. Watch the football. Watch it. Watch it. It's going to move. Watch the football. It's football.
Number 2, Sir Digby Chicken Caesar.
Who is left to fight for all that is good and pure and gets you smashed for under a fiver? Yes, it's the surprising adventures of me, Sir Digby Chicken Caesar.
Our runner-up is a Robert Webb sketch, aimlessly assisted by David Mitchell's Ginger, and one of the most famous faces on Mitchell and Webb's roster. Sir Digby is a drifter with an absurdly high opinion of himself, who will stop at nothing to defeat his faceless nemesis.
As usual, Ginger and I are engaged in our quest to find out what the hell is going on and save humanity from my nemesis, some bastard who's presumably responsible.
Digby and Ginger drunkenly stumble through their lives of petty crime and not-so-cunning plans, fueled mostly by Carlsberg's special brew and a blind sense of injustice. With a skewed face-on-camera angle and homemade theme tune, he's the hero no one deserves or needs, now or ever. Hilarious sketch though.
The forces of darkness are moving in. Quick, search Jock, see if he's got any money.
Before we reveal our top pick, here are a few honourable mentions.
So, let's hear what Barry really thought of the food after we'd gone.
You're still here. You're all still here.
Right, first thing to say about this menu is that it's just far too long. All right? You need food with balls. So, fresh local fish.
Do fish have balls?
Shut up! Have you got balls? Have you got hair on your balls?
Sorry, but yes, I do have hairy balls.
Shut up, you hairy ball prick!
We're all agreed that that's the best way to do it.
Absolutely. It's so simple. No messing around with poison-tipped umbrellas or snipers. We just get a chauffeur drunk.
Slightly drunk.
And assume that he'll crash the car.
Number 1. Are we the baddies?
Our caps.
The badges on our caps. Have you looked at them?
What? No. A bit?
They've got skulls on them.
We end with a two-part sketch set on the Nazi frontline during World War II, as David Mitchell's character reaches an alarming moment of clarity. Mitchell's soldier collars Webb for a quick chat over the Nazi dress code, and more specifically, the skull insignia which appears on the helmet.
Where's the Allies?
No, you haven't been listening to Allied propaganda. Of course they're going to say we're the bad guys.
But they didn't get to design our uniforms.
He's worried that with all the negative connotations that a picture of a skull carries, he could be fighting for the bad guys. And while Webb's having none of it at first, one glance at their surroundings and the proverbial penny drops.
Okay. So...
Do you agree with our picks? Check out these other great clips from WatchMojo UK and subscribe for more great content.